Hey guys, just wanted to take a couple of minutes on this Sunday and reflect on the 30th anniversary, 30 years since the Americans with Disabilities Act was signed, and what that law has meant to me as a disabled person. It meant that I, as a 9-year-old, could know that I could then come of age in a society where there was going to be curb cuts and ramps and ways for me to access public spaces and be more visible in public places. And it meant that I was going to come of age in an educational system that knew that I could be there, and that teachers would have to, in some senses, accommodate me and adapt to my learning needs. It's all responsible and all possible because of the ADA. It meant that I could come of age in a society where I could have an opportunity to be employed and an opportunity to have jobs and have a marriage and have children in a way that wasn't available to my colleagues and my friends with disabilities who grew up in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and even into the early to mid 80s, and were the ones that blazed the trail. And so I thank God that President Bush, George H.W. Bush, signed that bill into law on July 26, 1990, and really paved the way for me to have the life of advocacy and empowerment that I do now. But I think one of the things that I would be remiss if I didn't say, the ADA is a floor, it's not a ceiling, it's a place to start. And we have to, as a society, address why there aren't more people with disabilities of whatever type in leadership structures, in communities of faith where I work, and in corporate spaces and other societal spaces. Why are the stories we often tell about persons with disabilities just the inspiring, heroic, overcoming stories where disability is framed as a lack or something to be conquered or overcome? Why is poverty and unemployment so much higher? I think the last statistic I saw was something like 30% higher among those with disabilities than the able-bodied. Why are all of the racial tensions and all of the societal tensions that we are dealing with now, which are all dramatically important in whatever societal stripe we find ourselves in, whatever group we find ourselves, all these things are dramatically important, but these things are magnified and intensified when we put them on bodies that bear the marks of disability. Why is COVID and the pandemic so much more stressful on those with disabilities who may or may not have access to the quality of health care they need? The ADA is a great law, but until we reconcile that it is the starting point and that we have so much more to go and so much more progress to make, then we have nothing to celebrate, really. The ADA is not really a social issue or an issue for people with disabilities. The ADA and carrying its legacy on is a kingdom issue and a justice issue. So I call on everyone, my friends without disabilities, my friends in the able-bodied world, notice us, bear witness to us. Let us be your neighbors, let us be your friends, let us be your colleagues at work, let us be your extras on TV. Don't just let us be your heroes who overcome our own embodiment. Let us have pride in our embodiment and be proud of how we physically and developmentally inhabit the world. And then the ADA will truly have its complete, lasting legacy when we build off it to make a more equitable society where pride is associated with disability and not lack. Thanks, guys. Be blessed. Bye-bye.